Alright, just finished work, it's Wednesday. Feeling quite fatigued as I went to sleep around 10:30 in the evening and woke up at 5. Today I have MMA and then a bike session later on. I'm gonna get everything done. Currently, kind of feel like I would just want to rest, but also on the same time a little bit excited, so mixed feelings, but it's gonna feel better once I get going. I finished my MMA and bike training session, and as you saw, I was super tired before my MMA after work. But then actually, once I got warmed up and going, it went away quite quickly and I felt surprisingly good. And same with my bike afterwards. I was actually looking forward to it a bit. But now I'm starting to feel that the tiredness is hitting me. It's currently 24 past 8 in the evening. I still need to cook and then hopefully I'm in bed by 10 o'clock, because yesterday I went to bed at 10:30, woke up at 5 today, so not enough sleep. But anyway, if you haven't seen my previous videos, I'm currently training towards my second half distance triathlon, and this is the first full week of training. I have in total 6 training days and 7 training sessions. It's very interesting since it's the first week to kind of see how it all feels and find the balance, because obviously I have a lot going on already. So then having 6 training days, it's quite a lot and an interesting challenge to balance. So far the week has gone quite well, even if I have been a little bit tired. I still have tomorrow a leg day, Friday a run, and Saturday a long bike ride. And also this week I'm working 6 days, so on Saturday I also have a work gig. Well, will take around maybe 4 to 4.5 hours of my day. But anyway, that's my week. Very excited for the training and everything, and to see how I progress, because it's genuinely, I really enjoy it, but just finding the balance, it takes some time, and in the meanwhile I might feel a little bit tired as I am right now. But anyway, I'll stop rambling and I'll get to cooking. Today I felt quite tired after work. I finished at 4:30 p.m. Every day, or every time we have some sort of video shoot, I'm a little bit tense and I sleep a little bit bad, and yeah, but still I pulled myself together and went to the gym. And of course, afterwards it feels always good. But of course, now it's gonna be really nice to just chill. And I don't have to cook since I did it yesterday. Oh yeah.
So, one thing that has affected my energy levels quite a lot in the recent weeks has been my shift in routine. I wanted to have more time in the mornings for thinking work or editing, so I decided to start waking up earlier, and more specifically at 5 o'clock. When waking up this early, I aim to go to sleep at 10 o'clock latest, so then I would get 7 hours of sleep. The reason maybe why I've been a little bit tired in the past weeks has been that I haven't really managed to get exactly 7 hours of sleep. I've gone to sleep some nights, or quite many nights actually, at, I don't know, after 10 o'clock, 10:30 or something like that. So that has affected me a little bit. So yeah, I'm still trying to find a balance and kind of a new routine, but I do enjoy waking up early, because then I feel like I have a lot of time for myself, and also my most kind of effective work is done in the morning. I want to be able to utilize that focus, that sharpness on things that I want to get done, because later on in the day after work I'm not tired, but it's harder to focus, so I just want to prioritize some things, and that's why I wake up earlier in the morning. Plus then some mornings it's nice to go out for a run, like today. Because later on today, after work, I just wanna chill. And I just kind of like the feeling of knowing that, okay, at 5 o'clock, if I'm working on something, doing something, probably most other people are sleeping, so it feels kind of like I'm ahead in a way, even if it necessarily doesn't. But yeah, it's just a funny feeling. Anyway, now I will go out for a run.
It's quite nice this time of the day when it's completely empty and I don't know, snow and lights, everything looks really nice. I'm just around 3 kilometers in. Around 9 kilometers in. All right, done. 1 hour 4 minutes, 10.37 kilometers and 6.14 kilometer. Time for some breakfast.
For me, when it comes to training, I don't feel like the individuals' sessions are hard. It's more about how the fatigue might build up. I really enjoy hard training sessions, ones where I get to really push myself, especially on days that have been a little bit harder, or if on days when I have had more on my mind. But yeah, I think training like hard and training in general is a really good way to kind of clear your head, your mind, and even if there is a little bit fatigue because of that, because of training, I think the trade-off is worth it in a way. But yeah, of course I'm very mindful of recovery, because obviously while training you need to recover, and if you train hard and burn out or whatever, then what's the point of training? But yeah, it's a balance that I'm still trying to find after this week of my full kind of training schedule. But this kind of reminds me, I feel like when it comes to physical stuff, I'm able to kind of go on and on as long as I need to. It reminds me, I had this thought like already over 10 years ago when I started working for the first time. I was working in a restaurant and it was very physical labor. But for me, it was more fun. It didn't feel like work in a way. Since then, I've always thought that physical labor or work, training, using my body, it doesn't feel like work, because I'm just so used to it. So it doesn't feel like work in a way, if that makes sense. And I guess therefore, like, training doesn't like feel super hard for me in a way. So yeah, I can pretty much go on and on however much I want to, of course with some restraints, because I'm a human. But yeah, mostly it's the just mental part that kind of pushes against me moving or getting stuff done. For instance, today it's Saturday. I've been working 6 days, because today I was also working and filming, also training 6 days. So I was very, very, in a way, fatigued. When I got home, I just lay on the sofa, procrastinating, thinking if I want to get stuff done. But then I jumped on the bike and I managed to actually get a 1 hour 25-minute session done. So again, one of those things, when I got on the bike and started pedaling, I felt quite good about it. And especially now I feel very satisfied. I feel like I have really deserved some rest and a pizza, because I have a pizza in the freezer. That's gonna be nice. Yeah, for me, it's very often the mental part that's trying to push me or stop me or trying to slow me down. But I guess that's the case for many people or most people. Now I'm gonna eat. Some days the hardest part is just starting, but then when it feels like that, I try to think about the big picture, think about the things I want to achieve and the underlying discipline I'm building. And at the end of the day, I don't think it matters what you do, for instance, when it comes to training. I think the most important part is just to stay consistent and just keep showing up, so to say. And I know that at least for me, once I get going, once I start training, once I take the first step, then it's easy for me to push hard and get stuff done. Because at the end of the day, I always try to remember to be a little bit better than I was a day before. And by doing that, I ensure that I am a lot better than what I was a year ago.
All right, it's Saturday. Going to work. I have a shoot that will take maybe 4 hours. And then I'll get my bike workout done. And that's the last one of the week. During the week, I've been quite tired, but now I got to sleep properly for 8 hours. So now I'm feeling good, but just waiting to get this done. Then I can almost relax. Still need to get this video done and out, but that won't be too much work.
Now, winter obviously adds some resistance to training and, well, I guess everything else in life because it's so dark and cold and so on. But the one thing that's positive about it is that if you can get things done now, get better now, while it's like this outside, then everything else will be a lot easier later when it gets better and brighter and warmer.
Okay.
So this week was for sure busy, but I feel very happy and content that I got everything done that I set out for myself to do. With all the training sessions and work, especially a lot of work this week. So in general, I'm happy. I realized that I have to tweak my training a little bit. And I'm not sure exactly what my weekly training volume was. But yeah, I think it comes close to that 8-9 hours of training. The individual training sessions didn't really feel tough or rough. It's more about everything else, what's happening around the training sessions and how busy I am, how well I'm able to rest, that I really noticed affected me this week. So that's just something I need to pay attention to for the coming 27 weeks, because obviously you need your training to be sustainable. So still a lot of tweaking to do, but in general I feel happy, I feel content, and I know that when I keep this pace up, the amount of training I do, rest better, fuel well, I know that I will be in really good shape this summer. If you made it this far into the video and got some insights into what it's like training this much and then also working full-time and everything, hope you got something out of it. Hope it was interesting or insightful. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, as always, I really appreciate it. See you in the next one. Let's get it.